In today's gospel, Jesus and his listeners are discussing a topic that reminds all of us that evil is a real presence in the world and it's something that needs to be taken very seriously. And they're speaking of demonic possession and exorcism, which tend to be favorite topics, both of religious people and non-religious people. You know, the movies about exorcisms are some of the most popular movies and genres out there. But we can't forget that one of the most cunning tactics of the evil one is to sensationalize himself and the work that he does. In other words, to make us think that he's only working or acting during these more visible and tangible ways. So, kind of like a demonic possession or an exorcism. And it's a tactic that works because people will come out in droves to hear a talk on the dark side. You know, I remember an exorcist saying that if you give a talk on God, 20 people are going to show up. If you give a talk on the devil, 200 people are going to show up. So these things are clearly hitting a nerve with people. But it's always a good idea to remind ourselves that the devil's main way of working is not through visible and tangible ways. In technical language, the work of the devil falls under two categories: extraordinary and ordinary action. So extraordinary action is basically what you see in a horror movie, and what happens far less frequently than the ordinary way that he works. The ordinary work of the evil one involves temptation, which is a far more insidious poison because it often goes undetected and not taken seriously. This is why in the Lord's Prayer, one of the lines in the prayer is dedicated to helping us avoid temptation. Lead us not into temptation. So let's be on guard against the ordinary action of the evil one, especially this month, which is often a month that the secular culture, October, the secular culture tends to sensationalize evil and play it up in its many forms. Maybe let's try to dial down our fascination with these extraordinary ways that the evil one works, because they're far less common, and commit ourselves to focus on overcoming temptation and the other more ordinary ways or more common ways that the devil or an evil can have a foothold in our lives.